Thursday, day 6 of our trip, and Eric and I have decided we're going to go do some kayaking today. So yesterday we came out and we were in the car. I noticed that we had a tire pressure light on, so I aired up the tire to see just how low we were. Seemed pretty low, and I just came out this morning and found that it is low again. So we've got something going on here, and I'm gonna go ahead and swap that out before we head out. So let Eric sleep a little bit longer. I'm gonna change the tire and drop it off somewhere to get it patched. There's a lot of places around here that we go that are remote enough that if we got stuck somewhere with a flat or without a spare, it might take a while for help to get to us. So we can go ahead, swap it out, drop it out to get it patched. Hopefully it'll be done by the time we're done kayaking. So little slightly derailed plans for the morning, but no big deal. We'll roll with it. All right, the plan for today was kayaking. I'd done a little research and found kayaks on Flathead Lake, which is south of Kalispell. We had not been down this way. So Eric and I decided we'd come down here, rent kayaks, and spend a little time paddling around. When we got down here, we found kayaks, and there, sitting all by itself, was a jet ski, which looked like a whole lot more fun. So we rented the jet ski for a couple hours. We're out on the lake now. This lake is huge, incredibly clean. I mean, it is, the water is blues and greens. How's the temperature, Eric?
It's kind of chilly, but it's not bad.
Okay. Neither one of us has been all the way in, but it's definitely cooler. But we're just running around checking out houses along the lake and just taking in the views, and it's very cool. I would definitely say for this lake, renting a jet ski or renting a kayak, you're not going to see much. I'm interested in looking up the details on this lake to see how many acres or even how many miles long it is. We rented it at 1:30. It's 2:20 now, and we have been going 30 mile an hour up the lake, and there's no end of the lake in sight. So very cool. So Flathead Lake, I would recommend rent a boat, rent a jet ski, something where you can really get out and see a lot of the lake and see the houses. It's pretty cool. Maybe a kayak would be better for an area where you can get onto a river or one of the smaller lakes. But yeah, pretty happy to have ended up with a jet ski instead of the kayak. Anything you want to add, Eric?
Nope.
All good. Yep. So we got about another hour. We've been switching back and forth drivers. Eric's allowed to drive as long as I'm riding with him, so that's a bonus too. So we're gonna ride for a little bit longer, snap a few pictures, and when we get back, probably go find lunch. So stay tuned. Okay, Eric and I were coming across the lake, and I thought I saw steps coming down to this dock. The house is clear at the top, and I couldn't imagine how exhausted you would be doing the steps. But they're not steps. Someone has built an elevator or an inclinator something to bring them and all their stuff down to the dock. Pretty awesome. When you look about halfway up, they've got a stop where you can look out over the lake, and their place is clear at the top. But pretty cool setup. Can't imagine what it costs to put something like that in to get you down to the lake, but pretty cool. I'm guessing he's coming out to try to catch us. So we are back from the jet ski we rented from Paddleboard Outfitters on 93 out near, I can't think of the name of the small town out this way, but three looks like college age students running it, real nice kids. One of them mentioned, saw my Buckeye shirt, asked if we were from Columbus, and said she had just been out there recently. Apparently her boyfriend's from Dayton, and he's looking at attending school at Ohio State, and she commented that Ohio is her second favorite state. So a little surprised by that. Pretty hard to beat this, so I'm not sure what her favorite is, but Ohio ranked right up there for her. So good times. Now we're off to grab lunch. So last adventure for the day, we are planning on walking or hiking Avalanche Trail. We were planning on doing Trail of Cedars, but it is closed, so we're doing Avalanche Trail to Avalanche Lake is the plan. So we are headed that way. Lots of people. We are closing in on the top. How do I know? Because about every other group that passes us tells me, you're almost there, keep going. So something tells me I'm looking pretty rough. Kind of reminds me of several years ago when I did the Pelotonia in the 100-mile bike ride, and I just kept wondering where the end was. This is about a 2.5-mile hike, about 500 foot of incline. It's not terrible. But the altitude and the lack of activity by me, it's making for a rough climb. So almost there. Looking forward to seeing what it looks like when we get there. So we'll shoot some pictures there, and fortunately a lot of this is downhill when we head out, so we'll check in again when we get to the top. So we made it. Eric has waded out to enjoy the nice cool water. talk Eric into making this trip. When I suggested it to him yesterday, he had no desire to do it. And I had heard from a couple friends that you really gotta make this hike. And the one friend, Laura, she's the one who had posted pictures that made me think this would be a really cool trip. And she didn't make it get to make this hike, so she told me, you know, make sure you take pictures. And then after posting some pictures, a buddy of mine, Nick, said this was one of his favorite hikes. So it got several endorsements, and I really felt like we couldn't not make this hike. So I was really anxious to do it. Eric was not. Today we did the jet ski, and I asked him, you know, you up for the hike? And he said, yeah. So we did it. Now, I don't know if he disliked the idea of the hike or if he disliked the idea of waiting on me 15 times on the way up the hill. But to his credit, he was patient as I made my way up the hill. So pretty awesome. I'm going to take some more pictures, and we'll probably head back out of here shortly. It's see what time it is. 7:39. So it took us about an hour and 20 minutes to get up here. Should take less to make it back down. It's mostly all downhill. But really some great views out here. You can see the sun almost this lake and canyon is almost completely in shade at this point. But we still got a couple hours of daylight. Eric and I just got back to the hotel room. It's a little after 10. That's pretty much been our schedule all week, that we are out every evening until close to 10, come in, get cleaned up, go to bed, and start over the next day. Our trip down the trail from Avalanche Lake took us a little less than an hour. It took about an hour and 20 minutes to make it up to the lake, and we spent about 45 minutes up there taking pictures and just hanging out, and then about an hour to get back. On the way back, we could hear thunder, and fortunately we made it to the car about 10 or 15 minutes before the rain hit. So drove back to the hotel, and we're just getting settled in for the night. But another great day in Montana. Tomorrow is July 2nd. That's Eric's birthday, and looking forward to celebrating it with him and doing some activities tomorrow with him. So check out the next video to see what we get into on Eric's birthday.